Oh, hang on. G'day. I've just been out and about again. There was the comet I was chasing, and also we had a lightning storm. So I got out there and got some good lightning shots. If you look at the photos and say, oh gee, look at those shots, I wish I could do that. Well, that's what this video is about. How to get out there and get those good shots. And I'm not going to go into tech specs about what lens to use and what camera's the best and all this sort of stuff. And yours, if you want good photos, you have to change up your gear, because that's not the story. That's not how you get good photos. You get good photos by getting out there. It's pretty simple as that. I've said this before in other videos. If you want photos, you have to get out there and click that shutter button. I don't care what camera you got. Use your phone. Get out there and take the photos. Now the comet, it's slowly disappearing. It's gone around the sun and it's off, heading away from us. And apparently after it went around the sun, the nucleus broke up and it's all in bits now, but you've still got a tail. So it was the last chance really to get this comet, because it won't come back for 160 years or something like that. No, 160,000 years. Yeah. So I only had this small opportunity of 1 or 2 weeks to go out there and get this comet. And that's weather dependent. But it's also dependent on location, where you can go to get a good view. So I think I did 4 different trips to different places to capture this comet. And sometimes the location was okay, but it wasn't spectacular. Other times the weather was okay, but it was a bit cloudy and a bit dodgy. And the last time I went out, the weather was perfect. The night was beautifully clear. There were no clouds, no haze on the horizon, and the location was really good composition. But I had to keep trying to get that. So 4 different trips, 4 different types of photos of the comet in different places, and I got basically 4 different types of results. But I wouldn't have got any of them if I didn't get out there. Plan ahead. Is the night going to be good? If you're going down to the coast, is the tide going out? You're not going to get swamped, or it's going to be too dangerous. So you can do a bit of homework before you get out there, but you can do all the homework you want. If you don't go, then it's no show. So here's some comet shots I got from different locations on different nights with different weather conditions, different compositions. And I got them all because I went out there. Now, we had a great storm here the other night. I was on radio Sunday night doing a show, finished at 10 p.m. and I knew the weather wasn't great. I checked the weather radar, there was storm clouds coming, and I thought maybe tonight might be a good storm, get some lightning, whatever. So I had my camera with me, even though I was going out to do a radio show. But I finished at 10, I'm driving back home and the lightning started. And as I'm driving, the lightning's going on, I think, where on the way home would there be a good place to stop to get this storm? So halfway home there was a bit of a rise in the landscape, a bit of a hill and a clear view all around. So I drove up there, got the camera out, lightning's happening all around me, very wide range. It was way over to the left and way over to the right, lightning everywhere. So got the camera set up, and it would only take part of the scene, of course, even though it was a wide angle lens. I think it was using 18mm or something. Anyway, I was able to line up some compositions and get some lightning shots as it happened. I stayed out there for a couple of hours moving the camera around, getting different angles, getting different compositions, trying to find where the lightning was happening the most. And I was able to get some really nice shots. But once again, because I got out there. It wasn't about what gear I had. It wasn't about my experience as a photographer. It was about being there with a camera. And without being there, I wouldn't have got the photos. And if you're looking at photos of things that, wow, isn't that great, you know, you got a really good shot, you can too. I don't care what camera you got. I use X brand and I have these sorts of lenses. That's pretty much irrelevant. You can have any camera and get photos. Okay, that's what they're made for. I should say always take your camera with you. Sometimes that's a little bit impractical, but you can always have a car camera, which is just a cheap camera that sits in your glove box. You can grab it whenever you need to. Even if you haven't got your good gear, you can still have a camera on you. You can use your phone. Just about everybody has a phone with them all the time. It's got a camera in it. Nowadays, they're not phones with cameras, they're cameras that can also make phone calls, because all the tech and all the development in these mobile phones are all to do with the way they take photos. They're always improving the cameras in them and the algorithms and blah blah blah, and that's where all the development's going in phones. So yeah, don't think of it as a phone that has a camera. Think of it as a camera that can also make phone calls. In fact, I was able to take a photo of the comet with my phone. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't blow it up too much, a little bit grainy, but I could get a comet shot with my phone. The other thing too about getting out there, you look at these photos on the internet and you think, wow, that photographer's really good. It's because he got out and out and out, more and more experience, more and more opportunities he took to take photos. And that's how you gain experience, that's how you develop your craft of taking photos, using your eye, develop that skill, enhance your creativity and get some amazing photos. But if you don't go out there, it doesn't matter how much you've spent on camera gear, you're not going to get anything. You're not going to grow, you're going to have nothing to show for it. As an aside to that, YouTube, there are billions of YouTubes out there by people spruiking camera gear and, you know, what lenses and what's the best camera to get and all this sort of stuff. Amongst all those tech heads and gearheads out there making videos, there's actual photographers who show you things like how they got a shot. And most of them don't care about what camera you have. I follow photographers who they never mention the brand of their camera and they never spruik the brand of their camera because they understand that's not important. I don't care what brand you use, and you shouldn't care what brand I use. They all take photos, and that's what they're made for, and that's what you need to be doing. As a photographer, you need to be getting out there and taking photos. So the best way to do that is get out there and take photos. You'll learn more and more. You'll understand how your camera works, your lens works. You'll get used to different places around that you can get to from where you live that have good compositions that are suitable for either daylight landscapes, sunsets, sunrises, even Astro. You might do like Seascapes. You'll know and learn different parts of the coast around where you live where it's a good place to go. But you won't get any of that if you don't go out there. So I don't care what camera you got, whether it's big, small, indifferent, expensive, cheap, or a phone, pick it up, take it for a walk and have some fun. Bye.